Well, I'll be hanging around the arena grounds if you need someone to worship the ground you walk on. Bye.
Whenever you hear the word Bethesda Studios, do you think a horrible game company who only cares about money? Or do you think about the future as a whole?
Tomorrow.
Enjoy your party. You're only 10 once, so have fun.
Now, most importantly, let's go back to where it all started. Back in the 1980s, before founding Bethesda Softwares, a man named Christopher Weaver existed. He was actually a technology forecaster and communications engineer in the television and cable industries. At the end of finally graduating from graduate school, he was hired by the American Broadcasting Company, where he wrote several memos of the importance of the alternative distribution systems and how satellites and broadband networks would impact network television. Christopher Weaver, at this point, had basically written a contract on continuing his future into being a technology. He continued working on the American broadcasting system until he eventually got the position of the manager of technology forecasting. Many national magazines quoted his articles on the exciting prospects for cable distribution systems, which threw him into a new job at the National Cable Television Association and created its Office of Science and Technology. He went on to help design high-speed data communication systems for several member companies of the association, blowing him another job at the United States House Energy Subcommittee on Communications and Technology. Big name. Even after having all these jobs, Christopher Weaver still needed some time to blow, so he was founded into the Video Magic Laboratories with a friend from the Architecture Machine Group at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. They ended up authoring and assembling a 400-page business plan to commercialize their prior lab work, and, through the Industrial Alliance and office at MIT, came into contact with a wealthy family in the electronics industry that provided Video Magic with venture capital. They went on to build new expanses like location-based entertainment systems that Weaver even deemed radical and cutting edge. But where things finally started to take a turn. The funding family, having financial issues of its own, dropped out of the venture and sold off some Video Magic properties. Weaver realized he had to probably go and decided to make his own company named Media Technology Associates. The company provided engineering and media consulting for private companies and government organizations. After settling down in Maryland and New York, they had to get to work. While running his own business, Weaver worked with Ed Fletcher, an electrical engineer with whom he had collaborated at Video Magic on video games for Laserdisc-based systems until the industry crashed in 1984. Ed Fletcher, while working in video game communities, also loved his American football, and suggested that they even develop a football video game for the system, which Weaver supported despite no interest in sport. After getting their own personal computer, they decided to experiment. After a lot of work and a lot of time, they finally made their first game, Gridiron. Only problem is they had no artists or animators that were in the project, which gave the game a subpar graphical presentation for the time. Weaver finally decided he wanted a better name and renamed the company to Bethesda Softworks. The only problem was their games were hurtling and they needed more to come with their projects. Their dream was to redefine gaming, and that's exactly what they were going to do. Skipping majorly ahead, in 1994, we finally got our first Elder Scrolls game. It was creatively named The Elder Scrolls Arena, a revolutionary open-world RPG that would become the cornerstone of their success. Viewing the success of Elder Scrolls Arena, they decided to push out new installments, such as Daggerfall and Morrowind. Bethesda continued to push the boundaries of storytelling and world building, earning acclaim and dedicated fan base. But they needed more. They needed this to be both above and beyond. They needed the free world to actually mean something in their stories. They wanted their characters to feel like characters. But how were they going to do it? They had the Elder Scrolls, but if they kept adding on to that, it would fall, and eventually they came up with an idea. They saw a franchise that was skyrocketing in popularity. The game was creatively named Fallout. Fallout is a post-apocalyptic role-playing video game series set in a richer futuristic world where nuclear war has devastated the Earth. The series is known for its dark humor, open-world exploration, and deep narrative choices. We are not going to mention much about 1 or 2, as they do not have anything much to do with Bethesda. The big plan that they had was to turn this game into something better. Their first priority was making the game 3D and adding new life to it and making it feel more like a Fallout. They did whatever they could. They put everyone on this project and built as much as they physically could, eventually coming out with a beloved series with Fallout 3 in 2008. They stressed and they freaked out, worrying that this game that they put all their years to would mean nothing. And it went perfectly. The success of Fallout 3 solidified Bethesda's reputation as a powerhouse in the gaming industry, paving the way for future projects and expansions into new territories. They decided to solidify this platform that they had by making games like Fallout 4 and Skyrim. Today, Bethesda stands as a titan of the gaming world, with a legacy built on innovation, creativity, and a dedication to immersive experiences. Bethesda's future is critical. While they may have released games like Fallout 76, they still have much more to come. But even if it doesn't, we still have the legacy to look back and how much Bethesda has changed things for everyone. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a company, the story of Bethesda is one of passion, perseverance, and the power of imagination. In the span of over 40 years, they created some of the best and most unimaginable things that we could ever see.